Okay, so you saw my previous video with the wax pattern, getting ready to cast in, getting it in the flask and everything like that. Okay, so here's the flask with the little base pulled off. There's the sprue. That wax is inside of here. There's the number 1. So I know which flask this was. Remember when I made the list, and this is number 1. So I know what it is, what material to use, and how heavy it's going to be. And here's the crucible for the centrifugal casting machine, and I'm just going to use that to insulate a little bit. This is a computerized kiln. It'll start sometime at 2 o'clock in the morning. It'll be ready to cast at 9 when I come in here. Okay, well, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Got it well into the 1300. I had this cycle set so that 1320 it stayed for about 2.5 hours. So that means I'm going to get that this flask is hot and it's clean, it's burnt out. Now I normally don't mess with things like that, but for you guys that's hot. Okay, you guys, well, we're back in the studio. My coffee with a little bit of silk milk. Oh, I don't know what we're having this morning. We're having a signature roast. That'll be good. And I'm gonna cast that piece. So we've been doing the wax pattern, and then I showed you how to invest it, weigh it, invest it, and why you weighed it, and why you marked the cylinder, I mean the flask. And so we're gonna go from there. And so what I kind of got going here is I'm trying to get these positioned, these camera angles positioned so that everybody sees it. I think that should be good there. It might be. And I have weighed out the gold for the casting of this ring here. I've wound up the machine. For my machine, it works really well on four winds. It's a spring-driven machine. I've had this machine forever. I've replaced the centerpiece a couple times. But other than that, so the computerized kiln is it's nice and hot. It's just about I don't know, I think I run it at a casting temperature for something like this. I'm going to run it around 1,000 degrees. I might even wait till it cools down a little bit, so it's probably at around 700. Okay, you guys. Okay, well, we're going to cast then. So got everything ready to go like I showed you in the last little section. So take your crucible out. Put that in the machine. Remember I weighed out the golds because I knew how much I needed, and I put that on the number 1, right? So that nothing gets messed up. Like if there was more than 1 flask to cast, I'm only doing 1 this morning. And there's the number, I don't know if you can see it, but there's the number 1 on there. And you know, you're wearing gloves. Line that puppy up, get that all ready. Little boric acid, or boric powder, or whatever that. Okay, melt that down. And I'm wearing safety glasses and my reading glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Carbon stirring rod. Carbon stirring rod. And you kind of warm that up. Well, you're melting down the piece, and then you can just put that in a little bit of boric powder, and then just so that everything melts together nicely. And remember, Centrifugal casting is not an exact science. It's a little bit of an art to it. So you got to kind of, you know, you got to practice. You got to practice, and it's years of experience. You know, just seeing the right temperatures and how the metal, whether it's gold or silver, how it just it flows in the crucible. And make sure your crucible's a little bit seasoned too. I'll show you in another video how to season a crucible. All right, you guys. Okay, so took that out of the casting machine, and now I'm gonna just it's at for about 7-8 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Clean your flasks, dry them off a little bit, put them away where they're supposed to go. These little dollar store steel brushes work great. Beautiful casting. Don't see any problems. Nice smooth in the back. Everything's just right. Just beautiful casting. So okay. Now it's going to go into the acid bath and then cut off the sprue and polish and clean, and it's going to be a beautiful piece.